I can't play the actual Strictly intro for my intro. At least not by itself. I guess I'll just do this.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Strictly Come Dancing, the unofficial podcast, episode 2. For those of you who might not know me, my name is Turtle Boy, you can call me Turtle, and I am coming at you live from my super secret recording location, that of course being the back of Craig's fridge. Please, someone open the door, I am very cold. Episode 2, which means we are, of course, on to week 2 of Strictly Come Dancing Series 16, with every team still in the competition, but we have an elimination this episode. Who will it be? Ooh, I wonder. I'm not going to go over my biases again, just because that took so long the first time, but something I will say before we start is this podcast has an official Twitter account. I'm going to have it linked in the description. Please make sure to go check it out. I am going to be updating when episodes get released. Might try and do some fun polls or Q&A type things over there, so make sure to go follow that if you have not already. And please do not correct me that it is an X account. No one says that, and I will refuse to say it as well. So with those things out of the way, I guess we can just get right into it, man. Week 2. Here we go. Who is going to be at the bottom of the list? I wonder.
Dancing the Foxtrot, Susanna Constantine and Anton Dubé.
Yes, I am partly choosing the cop-out option again, but sometimes when something is just the worst, you have to put it in the back. So, yeah, Susanna and Anton are at the bottom of my list again. My top note is just, is she asleep? This is a real question. She looks so bored the entire time she's dancing. She rises and falls way too much in Foxtrot hold. It's like super duper unnatural. This is the most rise and fall I've seen in a Foxtrot for any Foxtrot ever, I think. It's just more stumbling around just like last week. Basically, none of this was fun nor impressive. The only thing I really liked was her dress. And I would say Anton gets points for throwing his hat, but it's not even in like a cool dramatic like flick motion. It's just like he tosses it off to the side. So you know what? Lackluster hat throw. I'm actually going to subtract points. I'm going to go there. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So, the judges, 1 again from Craig, 4 from Darcy and Shirley, and 3 from Bruno, which is surprising to see from Bruno. I'll never forget Bruno saying to Anton that he could find more motion or movement in a lamppost. You know a routine is bad when even Bruno is being foul as hell. Bruno, wow. There was no need for all that, but I still appreciate you either way. I don't have a lot to say about this one. It's just overall not good. So yeah, moving on.
Dancing the Paso Doble, Katie Piper and Gorka Marquez.
This is probably my least favorite Paso Doble ever, simply for the fact that it is not a Paso Doble, nor is it really any other dance, because Katie is literally walking around this whole time. I don't think it's fierce or full of any kind of intent or passion. She's literally just going through a stroll while a hype song plays. Like, there's no dancing in this dance routine, and it drives me insane. I don't like it at all. That was very aggressive out of nowhere, but I just have to be honest with y'all. Like, this is not good at all. So, yeah. The judges' scores, Craig gave it a 2, Darcy gave it a 4, Shirley gave it a 3, and Bruno gave it a 4. I'm honestly surprised this did not get a 1 from Craig, because like I said, there is literally like no dancing in this. It's just a lot of walking. So yeah, I'm surprised this even got a 2. Like, I think that's being generous, honestly. And it kind of sucks because this is a really good song to do a passo to, any dance to, confident, Demi Lovato slay. And it's just, like, not even a dance. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop roasting Katie and Gorka now. Let's move on.
Dancing the Jive, Sean Walsh and Katya Jones.
Oh my god, this jive. Okay, so my top note is just, oh boy. This one was rough. It could have been great, but the timing was off, and there were so many errors. Like, it was just a mess, and I honestly, like, cringe watching it. I like the theming, and I like I said last time, I always do like it when they do a little bit of chit-chatting at the start, but that couldn't save it this time. It was just too messy. Far too messy to be saved by any cute banter. What were the scores on this one? A 2, a 4, a 4, and a 5. I don't think this is on the same level as Katie and Gorka's, with that 2, 4, and 4, because at least this one was actually a dance. There was actual dancing going on. So that's better than no dancing and just walking. Sorry, that's the last time I'm going to comment on Katie and Gorka's passo, I promise. Well, no, I don't. I'm not going to say that because I might bring it up again. But, yeah, I don't think it's on the same level as that one. Is it that much higher above? No. And that's the end of that statement.
Dancing the Waltz, Vic Hope and Graziano Di Prima.
My top comment for this is just, I'm so distracted. Why does everyone start clapping at the same time like NPCs from Wii Sports? There's a moment in this dance where everyone just starts clapping at the same exact time. It was like rehearsed clapping, and they all feel like NPCs. It's insane. So this waltz is very pretty. Aesthetically, it's very pretty. Honestly, the Strictly Studio doesn't even look like the Strictly Studio in this. It really does look very, very, like, ethereal and pretty, and yeah. But I felt like the dance itself was very placed or very boring. It just felt like, yeah, every single move was, like, placed on the floor, you know? I don't really know exactly how to describe it, but yeah, it just felt very, very placed. And they had a spin in there, but I can't even say if their spin was nice because the camera was moving at the same time, so I couldn't even, like, see it properly. So I don't even know if that was a good spin. I want to comment on the spin, but I simply can't with good confidence. A 7 from Craig, a 7 from Darcy, a 6 from Shirley, and a 7 from Bruno. I am always intrigued as to I'm always intrigued when Shirley gives a routine a lower score than everyone else. It's usually because of, like, the footwork, because she loves her footwork. But yeah, I think a 6 is fair for this one. Very pretty. That is all.
Dancing the American Smooth, Graham Swan and Oti Mabuse.
My top note: why is the singing man on the stage? Can he do that? Is that man legally allowed to be over there? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. So I love me a fancy hat throw, and Graham gave fancy hat throw. He threw that hat with intention of being fancy and spiffy, so that always gets extra points from me. There was a lot of fun time out of hold in this routine, which usually I would be not so cool about because it would feel like not the dance it's trying to be. But honestly, I kind of loved it because I don't like American Smooths that much. So the less time it looked like an American Smooth, I think it was in favor of this, like, routine in this instance. I just kind of wish Graham was doing more. I kind of feel like last week when I talked about Lee and Nadia's dance, their waltz, when I said that it felt like Nadia was outshining Lee, I kind of feel like Odie's outshining Graham in this routine. Like, she's the one doing all of the spins and the splits and stuff like that. The pro is there to help guide the celeb, but also be fabulous in their own way. But it should never feel like they're outshining the celeb, and it just felt like that this time around. I still liked it. I just felt like Graham wasn't doing enough. Like, simple as that. A 3 from Craig, a 5 from Darcy, a 3 from Shirley, and a 4 from Bruno. I don't understand that. Honestly, I don't think that that's really fair scoring on that one. I don't think that was a 3. A 5 maybe, but a 3? No. Craig's throwing out the 3s like there's no tomorrow this episode. I don't really know what's going on. Anyway, moving on.
Dancing the Tango, Kate Silverton and Alyash Skorianets.
The mirror effect in this routine is so damn sick. I know it's not part of the dancing, but I always do like it when they have a fun or cool set piece that goes along with the routine, and this was a great instance of that. Getting into hold on beat with the song, like, I really, really love it when things are done in segments to a very aggressive and, like, over-the-top beat. And then, in parentheses on this note, I just wrote, girl, that is the whole show. But I just like it when it's very, very clear. I love Kate's tango face because it's so serious that it's low-key unserious. Like, it's so over-the-top angry. It's, like, so, like, acted, you can just tell. But I kind of love it. It kind of breaks the immersion for me a tiny bit, but in, like, the best way possible because now I get to giggle. I think that the ending was the best part. Not, like, the part at the mirror, but towards the end of the routine. I'd say, like, the last 10 to 15 seconds were probably the best part. Everything after they go, I got no roots, and then they go like that, and it sounds all 8-bit, I guess. Yeah, everything past there was definitely my favorite part. And then overall, I thought it was perfectly fine. Nothing super duper special, just like the tango from the last episode, but I do think it was better than last week's tango. A 6 from Craig and a 7 from the rest of the judges. I suppose that is fair. That shall suffice.
Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha, Danny John Jules and Amy Dowden.
Okay, this cha-cha. What is happening? So,
Danny, in my eyes,
maybe outside of one routine, is definitely a ballroom type guy. So this cha-cha feels super duper unnatural. Like, he's hitting all the steps right. He's hitting the steps right. His feet, everything below the ankle line is very good. But everything out of hold feels so stiff and robotic. And even in hold, it still feels really, really stiff. Like, I feel like this man is plastic in this routine. Like, he is so stiff. It's insane. But he's doing all the steps right. It's just like, it feels so wooden. It's absurd. I've never seen a more stiff cha-cha in my whole damn life. This got 4 7s. I don't think that that's a 7. I would say a 6. 4 7s is insane. Even Craig give this a 7? I don't know. He's too wooden. He's like a piece of wood. Like, he needs to fix that.
Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha, Stacey Dooley and Kevin Clifton.
Another cha-cha-cha. Okay, my girl Stacey Dooley, Queen Stacey. The bits where they were up near the heart at the top of the stairs, those were very cute. Those were very fun. But the rest of the routine honestly felt kind of tired and kind of clunky at certain moments. Like, the movements could have been smoother from section to section and from step to step. That's really honestly all there is to say on this one. Like, yeah, that's all I got for this cha-cha-cha to open the episode. This got a 4 from Craig, 2 5s from Darcy and Shirley, and a 6 from Bruno. Bruno is always so generous with his numbers. Well, sometimes. He did call Susanna a lamppost in this episode, so I don't know. He was feeling kind of weird. I think I would agree with a 5. It's just okay. That's really all I got for that one.
Dancing the Quickstep, Charles Venn and Karen Clifton.
Oh my gosh, I'm so biased. I love this song a lot. It is a bop. Any bits where Charles and Karen are near the tables, whether they're sitting there looking at each other with those, like, super quick movements, like looking at each other and now they're looking straight, and looking at each other and now they're looking straight. And then also when they run back towards the middle and Charles gets up on the chair and starts pretending to play the little trumpet, I thought those were fantastic. And I thought a lot of their moments in hold were very good too. Charles also does a damn split in this routine, and it is very good and kind of out of nowhere, so I'm like, damn, Charles, get it. am just mad that at one point they got out of sync with their kicks, because honestly, this would probably be higher up on this list if it wasn't for them getting out of sync. And I could excuse it if it was just slightly out of sync, but it was very, very, very out of sync. Like, it was impossible to not notice it. I'm sure that's where some of this scoring is coming from. Yeah, 5 from Craig, not surprising. 6 from Darcy, and a 7 from Shirley and Bruno. I'm surprised to see that 7 from Shirley, because she is so about footwork, and some of this footwork was not in sync. So, I don't know, but she does love Charles. And Shirley is a biased gal. So, it's not the time for that discussion, but come on.
Dancing the Jump. Lee Ryan and Nadia Bishkova.
My top note is just, what the hell did Lee eat before this? The energy is immaculate. This routine is so good. I have always loved this routine. I think it's absolutely fabulous and fantastic. Like, they just killed this. It is such a good change of pace from the last episode in the best way. Like, I know it's not really fair to compare them, because episode 1 they had a waltz, episode 2 they had a jive, 2 very, very different types of dances. But oh my gosh, I'm so impressed with this improvement. The vibes are perfect, the movements are snappy and energetic, and it's Lee's best dance by far. Like, I love this. The only thing I noticed was there was a slight hesitation on one of the moves, but like, oh my gosh, I can't even. This is such a good jive. Like, especially when he's up there on the stairs with his broom, those kicks, oh my gosh, those kicks were insane. Dude, Lee, good job, because I can't. This is such a good jive. And this put them in the dance-off. Not to spoil it, but are you kidding? This in the dance-off? That's not even fair. Like, why this? Why this? I don't get it. 6 from Craig, 7 from Darcy, 6 from Shirley, 7 from Bruno. I think a 7 is definitely fair. I can't get over this jive. This jive is everything to me.
Dancing the South, Dr. Ranj Singh and Jeanette Manrara.
The costume change. Y'all, it's up here this high for the costume change alone. Dr. Ranj and Jeanette just have such a way of matching each other's energy. Dare I say they match each other's freak in the most platonic friendship way possible so well. It's insane. They're just so fun. They are such a charismatic, energetic duo. It's just like always fun to watch them, no matter what they're doing. Jeanette breaking her dress so she could continue the routine was iconic. And they both just kept going. They were like, okay, and we're going to keep going. I think getting into the ending pose, again, on beat, fabulous. I love anything that's like super duper on beat. This is just so fun. It's so full of energy. Like, Ranj hit every beat and did not slow down, just like Lee in the previous routine. These were both just so fun. And again, I love the little banter at the start, though. What's a fireball? Oh my gosh, yes, this is just such a good time. Ranj and Jeanette always have so much fun. You can just see it on their faces. Like, they are not faking those smiles. They are having the time of their lives out there, and it just makes you feel so much joy watching it because of that. And it's something I always appreciate with them. What did this get from the judges? A 5 from Craig is insulting. A 6 from Darcy, a 7 from Shirley, and a 6 from Bruno. 7 from Shirley. Wow. Okay. I'm surprised by that. But, you know, pleasantly surprised for sure.
Dancing the Viennese Waltz, Faye Tozer and Giovanni Panici.
This is a man's world. Oh my gosh. Faye Tozer, I love you. I cannot with Faye Tozer. She is so incredible. Okay, so Faye and Gio's Viennese Waltz. This is the most intense Viennese Waltz I have ever seen. I cannot with the storytelling. It is amazing. And it fits the song so well. Like, Faye Tozer, continuously trying to escape from Giovanni, but is pulled back in time after time, forced to dance before breaking free and, like, pushing him aside at the end is so good. She is so icon in everything she does. There's a moment towards the middle where mid-spin, they're spinning around the bottom half of the stage, and they change the kind of hold they're in mid-spin, and it feels so, like, natural. It's, like, smooth as butter. not BTS, not to be confused with BTS. And it looks so seamless, and it's just, oh, it's so good. I love how in this routine they're able to make some movements so snappy and aggressive, and others feel so smooth and natural. It is insane. There was such a long and great flex roll in week 2. I'm obsessed. Like, this is so good. It's so empowering. Never seen more impact from a Viennese waltz. Like, they killed this. They know they killed this. They cloned Giovanni for this dance, and, like, they were real for it because this is so good. Oh, my God. Yes. Faye Tozer, you are such a joy. An 8 from all the judges except for Shirley. Why? Where? Point to an error. There was none. Thank you.
Dancing the Charleston, Lauren Steadman and AJ Pritchard.
This being the lowest scored Charleston of the series will never not upset me. Like, that is actually insulting to all groups of people. Like, everyone should be insulted by that because this Charleston is a joy. It is amazing. My dog is licking my feet. Stop. Okay, the lift onto AJ's shoulders, then being spun around, then being sent down to the floor, pushing herself back up with one hand? Are you kidding? Like AJ said going into this that there are some lifts in here that not even he has done. And they killed it. They actually killed it. And I love their little high five afterwards. They deserve to do that high five because that was such an insane lift. Oh my gosh. Like, I always do question if they should bring up the fact that Lauren is doing all of this with only one hand, because obviously she should be held to the same standard as everyone else. But you gotta acknowledge that is so impressive, doing that with only one arm. Like, that is like, I'm speechless. She is so amazing. Like, it's crazy. I love the phone prop. This is just so good. There was only like one small hiccup when she was doing her little swivel, but that's literally the only error. And then flipping him onto his back at the end. You go, Lauren. Show him who is boss around here. It is you. I also love when Lauren gets to be sassy and like silly in her routines, and this was a great example of that. 5 from Craig, that's evil. 6 from Darcy, 5 from Shirley, that's evil, and a 6 from Bruno. I cannot comprehend this getting such low scores. Like, this is actually so evil. This routine is so impressive to be doing. Again, this is week 2. This is the second week of the whole ass competition, and they were doing lifts like that, and it only got a 5. Like, I hope the judges, like, know what they've done. Because it is evil.
Dancing the Charleston, Joe Sugg and Diane Buswell.
Another Charleston, this time from Joanne, my beloveds. I love the reference to Joe's old job. You know, it's a bit of a deep cut. If you've watched the Thatcher Joe Vlogs channel, you'll know. Even though they explain it. But I love the partner work in this Charleston. This might be my favorite partner work in any Charleston. I just love the fun ways they flip in and out of hold and change in hold. It's really entertaining and joyful to watch. The only thing is, I do like the bit with the ladder, but it is kind of slow. Like, it kind of feels like the whole routine just, like, stops for a second, even when Joe is spinning it around. I feel like he's not spinning that thing quick enough. Like, I don't know. And then towards the end, the box step, and then the little spin with their arms on their sides. I love it so much. They look like little penguins. I love it. And I can't just say enough that the partner work is so good. They feel like two, like, bumbling goofs in this routine in the cleanest, most fun way possible. It just fit the vibe so perfectly. And I realized a little too late that it's Cotton Eye Joe, and they did it purposefully because that's his name. Whoa! I realized that, like, months later. It should not have taken me that long. 7 from Craig, 8 from the rest of the judges. I will take it. That is an 8 routine. Thank you.
Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha, Ashley Roberts and Pasha Kovala.
And in my number 1 place is Ashley Roberts with her Cha-Cha-Cha. I am being blinded this whole time because there are so many glitter balls on the stage, and also Ashley and Pasha are cosplaying glitter balls. which is so real of them. They are so fabulous, but either way, my head hurts. I'm being blinded. I literally got 15 seconds into this routine and said, yeah, okay, so this is for sure the best one. It is just amazing. The way Ashley is able to flick her body around in this routine is astounding. It's incredible. The way she moves her hips, her wrists, her knees. Did I mention her hips? Her ankles. Did I mention her hips? Like, oh my gosh, she's fabulous. She hits every beat like she's never felt body pain a day in her life. Like, she can just snap herself around without any worry of like pulling a muscle or like twisting an ankle. She's just incredible. It's like she's made of rubber. It's insane. This was such a good routine to end off the episode with. Like, what a good way to like just put the little cherry on top of week 2. And the outfits, like I said, they're both slaying so hard. Bravo, Ashley. Bravo, Pasha. Like, yes, yes, yes. They only know how to slay. I fear they only know how to slay. This got an 8 from Craig and from Darcy, a 7 from Shirley, and a 9 from Bruno. Is that the first 9 of the series? I think it is. And it was deserved. Because you do not know the meaning of the number 9 until you watch Boogie Wonderland, because it is so good. I could watch this routine on repeat. Actually, I probably couldn't because the intro is so blinding. My eyes might burn out, but I love this routine. And it deserved to get the first 9. Good job, Ashley. So, this episode we had a dance-off. We had an elimination, and it was between Susanna and Anton for their foxtrot, and Lee and Nadia for their jive, and that is insulting. That is actually evil. The public was wrong. This is the first of many times where the public was wrong. Lee and Nadia's jive does not even come close to comparing to Susanna and Anton's foxtrot. That is like comparing a rock to a brownie. I don't know. It's just like, that's not fair. That is not fair. Are you? No. So anyway, all of the judges voted to save Lee and Nadia, and Shirley would have saved Lee and Nadia if it came down to a tie. So Susanna and Anton are out of the competition. If Lee and Nadia got eliminated this episode, I probably would have thrown things because I would have never seen people be more wrong. Yet. I'm referencing something that we're not even going to talk about for weeks and weeks and weeks because it's not even a part of this series. But anyway, yeah, so Susanna and Anton are out of the competition. Lee and Nadia are staying. Top of the leaderboard this episode was, of course, Ashley and Pasha for their cha-cha-cha, and Faye and Giovanni in second for their Viennese waltz. Like I said, them topping the leaderboard is a theme you will see continue. And honestly, so real for that. 2 completely different sides of the emotional spectrum, from fun and energetic and peppy and disco-y to harsh and dramatic and fabulous. Like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. They deserve the top of the leaderboard, as they often do. And that is it for this episode. That's all I got for you for this week of the unofficial Strictly Come Dancing podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much if you stuck around from last week. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week because we got movie week. Oh my gosh. Our first themed week on Strictly. I love the theme weeks, as does everyone. I'm so excited to be back next week talking about movie week. Make sure to follow the Twitter if you haven't, and if you have a Twitter, I'm going to leave the link in the description. And that is all. So I can't say keep dancing because that slogan is already taken, but I will say keep schmooving and grooving, my lovely people. I will see you all next week.
Da, 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 da.